Hey Cowboys Nation, let's go for another round of news from America's team. Watch until the end so you don't miss any news and sign up to stay tuned for everything that comes out about the Cowboys.
Analyst says not to rule out Ezekiel Elliott return to Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys remain the only team that has not signed anybody in free agency, causing fans to get a little anxious after owner Jerry Jones said that the team was all in for 2024. There's no reason to panic yet, as the Super Bowl isn't won in the offseason, but surely the Cowboys will make a splash sooner than later. According to Patrick Walker of DallasCowboys.com, a very familiar face could be on the team's radar, as he mentions Ezekiel Elliott as a potential target at running back. Elliott is a free agent after playing last season on a one-year deal with the New England Patriots, where he put up 642 yards and 3 touchdowns on the ground along with 51 receptions for another 313 yards and 2 touchdowns. Zeke played the first 7 years of his career with the Cowboys after they made him the 4th pick in the 2016 draft, and he lived up to the sky-high expectations, where he made 3 Pro Bowls, led the league in rushing twice, and ran for over 8,200 yards and 68 touchdowns. Elliott is still only 28 years old and showed in New England that he can still produce, albeit not as the bell cow he once was. He'd be best suited to slide into a timeshare, as Walker suggests that a Zeke reunion would also likely come with selecting a running back in the draft to form a tandem similar to the one Dallas had for years with Zeke and Tony Pollard, who recently signed with the Tennessee Titans. Dallas also recently lost center Tyler Biadasz in free agency. Cowboys are signing former Chargers linebacker. So far in free agency, the Philadelphia Eagles have landed star running back Saquon Barkley, the New York Giants have traded for edge rusher Brian Burns, and the Washington Commanders have added a number of contributors, especially on the defensive side of the football. On the other hand, the Dallas Cowboys, who finished first in the NFC East in 2023, have been very quiet, and it has concerned or even frustrated some of their fans. But on Wednesday, per John Makota, they went ahead and agreed to a one-year deal with veteran inside linebacker Eric Kendricks, who was with the Los Angeles Chargers last season. Kendricks had 117 tackles, 79 solo, 7 tackles for loss, and 7 quarterback hits in 2023, and he made both the Pro Bowl and All-Pro First Team in 2019 as a member of the Minnesota Vikings. The 32-year-old was originally a second-round draft pick in 2015 by the Vikings. Dallas defense looked dominant at times in 2023, but it completely fell apart in the playoffs when they fell behind 27-0 to the Green Bay Packers late in the second quarter and lost, 48-32. They have plenty of star power on defense, including outside linebacker Micah Parsons and cornerbacks Stephon Gilmore, Trevon Diggs, who missed most of 2023 with a knee injury, and Darren Bland. The Cowboys still need a running back after losing Tony Pollard in free agency, and at this point, there are very few viable options remaining. Right now, Deuce Vaughn, who had a paltry 40 yards on 23 rushing attempts as a rookie last year, is slated to be their RB1. Cowboys veteran, ex-first-round pick latest to bolt for Commanders. Another Dallas Cowboys veteran is bolting for the Washington Commanders. Just hours after the Commanders signed key Cowboys veterans such as defensive end Durance Armstrong and center Tyler Biadasz, Dallas division rival is plucking another one of their players. According to Jordan Schultz of Bleacher Report, the Commanders are signing pass rusher Dante Fowler. Free agent pass rusher Dante Fowler Jr. plans to sign with the Commanders, sources tell Bleacher Report, wrote Schultz on Tuesday, March 12. Dan Quinn continues to bolster his defensive line. Dante Fowler's production dipped in 2023. The 29-year-old Fowler had spent the past 2 seasons with the Cowboys, initially signing as a free agent during the 2022 offseason. The former number 3 overall pick's signing meant a reunion with his former head coach with the Atlanta Falcons, Dan Quinn. While playing under Dallas' then defensive coordinator, Fowler posted 6 sacks and 27 tackles in a productive reserve role during the 2022 season. However, his production saw a major dip in 2023 despite not seeing a major decrease in snaps. He posted just 13 tackles to go along with 4 sacks this past season. Fowler appeared in 25% of the defensive snaps during the 2023 season compared to the 30% of the defensive snaps he played during the 2022 season. Since entering the NFL as a high first-round draft pick in 2016, Fowler has shown flashes of greatness. He posted 11.5 sacks with the Los Angeles Rams during the 2019 season, but he's never really been consistent. He hasn't started a game since the 2021 season and has posted less than 5 sacks in 5 of his 8 seasons in the league. Across stints with the Cowboys, Rams, Falcons, and Jacksonville Jaguars, Fowler holds career totals of 45 sacks and 240 tackles in 125 games and 40 starts. Fowler's signing in Washington means Quinn, the new head coach in Washington, has now poached 3 of his former players from the Cowboys early on in free agency. Armstrong, who posted 7.5 sacks this past season and 8.5 sacks during the 2022 season, signed a 3-year deal worth a maximum value of $45 million. Meanwhile, Biotis, who had started over the past 3 seasons, signed a 3-year, $30 million deal with the Commanders. Cowboys outbid for Tony Pollard. Report: it looks like the Cowboys will be on the hunt for a new starting running back. During the beginning of the NFL's legal period for negotiations, Tony Pollard, who served as Dallas starter last season and was named to a Pro Bowl in 2022, signed a 3-year, $24 million deal with the Tennessee Titans, according to CBS Sports' Josina Anderson. However, that wasn't without the Cowboys attempting to bring Pollard back for another season. According to a report from The Athletic's Diana Rossini, Dallas was involved in the Pollard sweepstakes, only to be outbid by the Titans. The Dallas Cowboys were in on RB Tony Pollard, Rossini wrote in a March 11 message on X. The Giants and Vikings had their eye on him too. He took the bigger payday with Tennessee, per sources. While Pollard didn't exactly impress in his first season as a starter, he showed durability, starting all 17 games while racking up 1,005 rushing yards to go along with 55 receptions. His 307 total touches ranked 6th among players last season. Had the Cowboys been able to re-sign Pollard, they likely would have paired him with a big complimentary back in free agency or the draft. Instead, Dallas will have to start fresh by either targeting one of the remaining veteran backs or selecting one in the 2024 NFL Draft.